观众朋友大家好，欢迎收看今天的澳大利亚天河电视台名人访谈节目。在这么一个讲究全民体育的时代，有越来越多的朋友加入了体育运动的队伍中。今天我们天河电视台名人访谈节目很荣幸为您请来了澳大利亚乒乓球总会的 CEO Peter Mariel 先生，以及澳大利亚乒乓球总会的 President 主席 William Gaudias.
Hello.
And so please welcome the Table Tennis Australian CEO Peter Mariel and the Table Tennis Australian President William Gaudias. Welcome.
Thank you, Miracle.
Hi. Welcome to RTV. I know it's a great honor for us to have you guys here today because this is the first Chinese TV interview for you, and so welcome.
Thank you very much. It's also a great honor for us.
Yeah. So we know that this time you come to Sydney is for promoting the table tennis activity in Sydney here. So could you please introduce the Table Tennis Australian to our audience?
Probably a good way to start, Miracle, is just a little bit of an explanation about Table Tennis Australia. Table Tennis Australia is the national sporting organisation for table tennis in Australia. We're affiliated with the International Table Tennis Federation, and all of the clubs throughout Australia are affiliated with one of the 8 state associations, who then in turn are affiliated with Table Tennis Australia. That's the structure of table tennis. Our office is based in Brisbane, but throughout the year tournaments are run in every state in Australia.
Yeah, so we know that it's already the end of this year. So is there any strategic plan for the Table Tennis Australian next year?
Yeah, as you said, the year's almost finished, but probably our big goal for 2013 is just to simply continue to develop the relationships with all of the different communities throughout Australia and try and bring them into the table tennis family. Other things that we're looking to do is increase participation in the sport. Table tennis at the moment in Australia is fairly small compared to other nations in the world. So if we can increase the number of people playing the sport, but not just normal participants, but also looking at athletes with disabilities, veteran table tennis players, junior table tennis players, and as well as members from all cultural backgrounds.
Yeah, it's almost about to encourage every people from different country and different community to join the same sport activity.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, also the other things that we'll be looking to do is increase some of our competition opportunities, and obviously a big part of our activity next year will be to increase our relationship and opportunities with exchanges with China.
I heard that you are going to hold a table tennis culture event in Canberra next week, and it will be the first sport activity be held in the Parliament House at Canberra. So could you please introduce this culture event to our audience?
Look, Table Tennis Australia is very proud to be the first sporting event to be held in the Great Hall at Parliament House in Canberra. We'll be holding the first matches of a tournament we call the Hyundai Bennelong Cup. The Hyundai Bennelong Cup started last year and was just played in Sydney in North Ryde. And last year the Australian men's and women's team played a professional team from Korea. This year, as our second year, we will have a team from China in the women's, a team from the Shandong Luneng Table Tennis Club, plus in the men's competition, a team from the professional club Korean Ginseng. So on the 18th, we'll be playing at Parliament House. The matches will start at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And Zhang Feng Lei, who is a 4-time Olympian for Australia, she'll be playing the first match at 11 o'clock. And then William Hensel, who's a 3-time Olympian, we'll be playing a match against Korea at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, sounds really good. And as we all know that diplomatic relations between Australia and China have been established in December 1972, and until today it's already been 40 years. And over these 40 years, the relationship between China and Australia have been grown dramatically, and so both of these two countries engage actively with each other politically, economically, and culturally. So, what role do you think this table tennis cultural event will play during this time for this relationship?
Yeah, I think I look at it in that table tennis is like the bridge between both cultures. Mm-hmm. Through sport, Table Tennis Australia can help bring both of the cultures together.
Yeah.
As we know, table tennis in China is a very large part of the sporting culture.
It's a very important sport in China. Yeah.
So by using that sport to bring everybody together, that's how we as an organisation can help with bringing the cultures. Yeah. We've been working very closely in the Bennelong area of Sydney with the federal member John Alexander, and also the Australian Sports Commission. And this year we introduced a program where, through the sponsorship from Hyundai Motor Car Company, we actually put table tennis equipment into every school in the Bennelong area. So that way all of the students can play table tennis. Doesn't matter whether or not they're Australian, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, they all come together through sport.
Like joining the sport competition is always a good way to establish the relationship among people.
That's
right. Very, very true.
Can I interject here, Miracle? With table tennis back in the early 70s, it was used as a ping pong diplomacy with the rest of the world. Well, we can see that we can get on board with that for the future and actually use that table tennis to interact with China and make our relationship a much better one, and we can grow as a country because of the influence from the Chinese community.
Yeah, that's
Get
right.
a lot of benefit from that.
Yeah, that's right. So, do you have any plan to take this opportunity of the 4th anniversary, this moment, to do some cross-cultural communication exchanges with the table tennis, with the other table tennis association in China, like what you say, to establish the relationship and some cultural exchanges?
I think what we're doing, obviously, at Parliament House is the first step in bringing the two cultures together and celebrating, obviously, the 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
In January next year, our President will be actually heading over to China to actually meet the President and the organisers of the Shandong Luneng Table Tennis Club. Yeah. So, plus on the same trip that Will's with, one of our coaches in Sydney here will be actually taking a group of players over to actually have a training camp in China. So that will be very exciting for those players.
Yeah, that's cool. So, thank you, Peter and William. And so, at the end of today's show, did you have anything want to speak to our audience?
All I can do is encourage you to come either to Canberra on the 18th of October to see, as we've said, the first time a sporting event's been played in the Great Hall. Or if you can't make it to Canberra, on the 19th and 20th, there'll be the remaining matches of the Hyundai Bennelong Cup being played at the Ryde Community and Sports Centre, which is in Kent Road in North Ryde. Matches on both nights will start at 7 o'clock. Tickets are at the door. Very reasonable, $10 a ticket. You'll see the Australian women's team play the Chinese team and the Australian men's team play the Korean team. It was a great night last year. Big crowds, exciting table tennis. We encourage you to come along and have a look.
I'd just like to add one thing, that we'd like to invite everybody from the Chinese community to get involved in table tennis in Australia. So if you would like to do that, please contact us. We have a website, tabletennisaustralia.org, and just get on the website. You'll find all our contact details. You're more than welcome, and we'd love to have you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And in my opinion, I think table tennis sport is really a meaningful sport here. So I believe that there will be more and more people engage in these activities.
Yep, and this is the thing, that table tennis is a sport that can be played by anybody, whether or not you're 5 years old or 95 years old. And if we can do anything to help you get involved, please give us a call.
Yeah. So thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Miracle.
So here's the end of our show. Do you want to say bye-bye to our audience?
Okay.
Maybe I can teach you some Chinese to
Yes.
say
Okay.
bye-bye. Do you know how to speak Chinese?
No, sorry.
No,
Okay.
unfortunately,
That's fine.
not yet.
So I can teach you the first Chinese sentence here to say to our Chinese audience. Like at the end of the show, maybe we will say bye-bye to our audience. We will say 再见.
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 Yes, so just
再见.
再见.
Thank you. That's very good pronunciation. Good Chinese pronunciation. OK， 好的，谢谢您的收看，我们此次的访谈到此就结束了，我们下期再见。